Hello students, welcome to Social Science online classes. In this session, we shall discuss management of a business. In this chapter, you are going to study meaning of the management, principles of management, functional areas of management and importance of decision making and its process. Now let's proceed with the meaning of management. See, management is necessary for all the organizations. Either the organization is big or small. Either a businessman is getting profit from the organization or he is not getting not getting any profit from the organization, or manufacturing or service sector, for any other sector, for management is necessary for all the organizations. Okay, so now meaning of management. What do you mean by management? See, the term management is used in different ways. It is used in a different senses. Usually the term management is used to refer the principles of managing activities of an enterprise. Enterprise here means company. Okay, it is used to refer to the principles of managing the activities of the enterprise. It is also used to refer a field of learning or a branch of knowledge. Say, I will tell you in a simple words. Management. Okay, management is a primary function. Okay, management is a primary function used to get people to work together for the attainment of a organization's goals and objectives. In a simple words, what is management? Management is a primary function. It is a basic function where people get together to work in order to get the attainment and the goals of the organization. Goals and object to attain the goals and objectives of the organ. People work together. That is the primary function. Okay. Now, let's, in the words of J.L. Haynes, management is an art of getting things done through other people. What is management? In the words of J.L. Haynes, management is an art. It is an art of getting things done through other people. Okay. Then, according to George R. Terry, management is a distinct process. Okay. According to George R. Terry, management is a distinct process consisting of planning, organization, actuating means initiating and controlling performance to regulate and achieve the objectives by the use of people and resources. Okay. From the above discussions, what it is clear? It is clear that the management is the process of getting work things done through the efforts of others. Okay. So, here management is a sum total of principles, functions, management functions, uh, total principles of functions, namely planning, organization, staffing, directing, coordinating and functioning. Okay. Now tell me, why is management important in business? Okay. See, why it is important? Because proper management makes sure that each part of the company works towards achieving a common goal without any confusion. What it is? Proper management makes sure that each part of the company works towards achieving a common goal without any confusion. Management actually plans, executes, and balances the resources of a company in such a way that there is maximum work output in order to attain the goals of a organization. Okay. while taking work quality. Okay. Now coming to the next principles of management. See, for the smooth and efficient management of a business concerns, certain principles are necessary to be followed. Okay. The following principles are suggested by Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol, also known as the father of modern management. Henry Fayol, who suggests the 14 principles in order for the smooth and efficient management of the business. He was also known as the father of modern management theory. He gave a new perception of the concept of management. Okay, he introduced a general theory that can be applied to all the levels of the management and every department. The Fayol theory is practiced by the managers to organize and regulate the internal activities of an organization. Okay, he concentrated on accomplishing managerial efficiency. Okay, now let's discuss the 14 principles of management created by Henry Fayol. First one is division of work. What is this division of work? Division of work means work has to be divided among the employees. The division of work leads to specialization and efficiency. Okay, he believed that division of work in the workforce among the workers will increase the quality of the product. Okay, it will increase the quality of the product. It also minimizes the wastages and maximizes the production and profit. By dividing the work, what happens here? It minimizes the waste and it maximizes the production and profit. This principle can be adopted at all levels of the organization. Okay. Then coming to the next, that is authority and responsibility. The next principle is authority and responsibility. This principle refers to the authority and responsibility, which are the combination of official authority and personal responsibility. Okay, both are made up with intelligence, experience, past experience, and moral worth. Okay, see, these two, authority and responsibility, are the two key aspects of management. Here what happens? Authority facilitates the management to work efficiently and responsibility makes them responsible for the work done under their guidance or leadership. Okay, next is discipline. This principle refers to the managerial authority and effective discipline among the officials and subordinates at all levels. It guarantees the fulfillment of objectives set by the management. The discipline required by the superiors should be clear and fair. It also includes the judicious or the wise application of the penalties. Okay, see, discipline, what does it refers? See, without discipline nothing can be accomplished, nothing can be done. So it is the core value or it's the main value for any project or any management. Good performance and sensible interrelations make the management job easy and understandable. Employees Good behavior also helps them smoothly build the progress in their professional careers. Okay, next is unity of command. This is the principle that employees should receive orders from one superior only. This means the employee should have only one boss. Okay. Here the employee should have only one boss and follow his command or orders. If an employee has to follow more than one boss, there means a conflict of the interest and can create confusion. Okay, next is unity of direction. This principle means that each group of activities having the same objective must have one head and one plan. Here it means whoever is engaged in the same activity should have a unified goal, one unified goal. This means all the person working in a company should have one goal and motive which will make the work easier and achieve the set of goals easily. Okay, now next sixth one, coordination of individual interest to general interest. Okay, see, this principle tells that the management should minimize the individual difference and should not allow differences to block the fulfillment of general goals of organization. It means this indicates a company should work unitedly towards the interest of a company rather than a personal interest. What it is? It indicates a company should work unitedly towards the interest of a company rather than personal interest. Okay. Be subordinate to the purpose of an organization. This refers to the whole chain of command in the company. Okay. Seventh one is remuneration of personnel. The remuneration and methods of payment, remuneration means payments, okay, or salary. Okay, the salary and the methods of the payment should be fair and afford to maximum satisfaction to the employees. It means this payment or the salary plays an important role in motivating the workers of a company. Payment can be monetary or non monetary. However, it should be according to an individual's effort they have made. Okay, next is centralization. This principle refers to the extent to which authority is concerned so that it gives the overall yield. It means in any company, the management or any authority responsible for the decision making process should be neutral. It should be neutral. However, this depends on the size of the organization. Henry Fayol stressed on the point that there should be a balance between the hierarchy and the division of the power. Okay, next is ninth one, scalar chain. Scalar chain, this principle means that every enterprise or company should have a graded authority or superior and subordinate relationship. Okay, it means that Fayol, this principle highlights that the hierarchy steps should be from the top to the lowest, that is from management, boss, and the employees. Okay, that the hierarchy steps should be from the top to the lowest. This is necessary because so that every employee knows their immediate senior also. They should be able to contact any if in need. Okay, next is ninth one. It is the 10th one here, equity. Okay. It means that there must be fair dealing, accommodation, or cooperative attitude among the common employees and the managers. It means all employees should be treated equally and respectfully. What is equity? It means all employees should be treated equally and respectfully. It's the responsibility of a manager that no employees face discrimination. Okay. Then comes, what is the next one? Stability. Okay. Stability of security to personnel. It means an employee delivers the best if they feel secure in their job. It is the duty of the management to offer job security to their employees. Okay, it is the duty of the management to offer job security to their employees. What is the 12th? 12th is initiative. Okay, the initiative is one of the key satisfaction. Okay, initiative is the is one of the key satisfactions. The management should have the capacity to think out original plans and execute them with full discretion. It means the management should support employees to take initiatives in an organization. It will help them to increase their interest and make them worth. Okay. 13th one. What is the 13th one here? E-spirit and D-crops. What do you mean that? E-spirit and D-crops. It is based on the principle unity is strength. Okay. It emphasizes or it gives emphasizes the need for teamwork and importance of communication in obtaining it. It means it is the responsibility of the management to motivate their employees and be supportive of each other regularly. What it is? It is the responsibility of the management to motivate their employees and be supportive of each other regularly. Developing trust and mutual understanding will lead to a positive outcome and work environment. Okay. Okay, dear students. Now we shall wind up the session here. In the next session, we shall come up with a new chapter. Thank you and have a good day.